Hi there, this is Louis and we are shooting real estate today. I'm going to put the focus around here, which will be like a third of the way in, I think. The house is quite massive, so you know, we had to stand quite a way back to get everything in. So there's a lot of open space here, but we'll try and fill that in, or we might just leave it like it is. It doesn't look that bad. Your camera will always focus 1/3 in the front, so it should focus from about here, or where this thing is over here, and then all the way to the back if you're on f16. Anything actually from f11 to f16. Let's take the shot. Alright, this is the entertainment area. As you can see, it's quite massive as well, but it's too high, so we're going to drop the tripod down to about 3 feet or so. So I'm just going to loosen it here, down. Still a little bit too high, I think. We can drop it down a little bit more, just over 3 feet. So I'm just going to bring this down a bit more. Have a look, that's a lot better, look at that. Alright, so I'm just going to square it out a little bit, see that my lines are straight here on the sides, maybe over here, get a line here, get a line there at the back, and look at the horizons as well. So there's actually two very nice lines running up here as well, so I think this would be a good shot. Bring it up a little bit more. There's a lot of light flooding in from the side, so I'm going to expose for the highlights over here, and then I'm going to expose for the darkness over here as well. Let's see. In this particular house, the bathroom is the first you see on your left as you enter through the door. So what we're going to do is we make sure that the toilet seats are down. Okay, you can't really see it. It's a toilet with the seats on. And I just move a couple of things around just to kind of create the atmosphere a little bit more. So what I usually do is I will take one of the towels and just roll it up. Maybe just put it somewhere where it looks kind of nice and inviting. And what you want to try and do is kind of take a photo of the house, show how it feels, not really how it looks, but how it feels. Height of the tripod is about yay high. Imagine yourself sitting down on a chair. If you're sitting down, your camera should be kind of in front of you, so that should be the height more or less. It will differ from room to room, but generally, rule of thumb for me works great. So let's get the line straight and take the shot and see what we can get. Alright, so we can see the shower, we can see a bit of the toilet sticking out over there. It's not ideal, but you know, we'll take 2 shots here, maybe one slightly more from this angle. We can see the basin and all of the rest. So this is a pretty good picture of what the entire bathroom should look like. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to focus over here. That should be about 1/3 in, I think. And everything at the back will be in focus, and everything to the front. Settings still the same as outside, f16. And HDR, so we're going to take an exposure that's perfect, good exposure, under exposure, and then one that is about 2 stops over as well. So let's see. There's a lot happening here that you can't see on the side, but we'll get to that in a minute or so. The tripod is about 3.5 feet, maybe 3 feet high. My focus is going to be around about here, so 2/3 to the back, everything will be in focus if I'm shooting on f16. I'm shooting with a 17-40mm, a 4L lens on my 5D Mark II. And what we want to try and do is kind of show the house how it feels, what it feels like. So I had to move a couple of things around just to get into the corner, and generally a good way to shoot a room like this would be to shoot from one corner, getting your lines going out or coming in like that. So let's see how it looks. HDR, 3 shots, perfect exposure, under exposure, a little bit high exposure, and about 2 stops. Okay, so this is the next shot. My focus is going to be right there, so we're going to get everything in the background nice and sorted. This is the bar that I referred to that you couldn't see in the previous one, so let's take the shot. My tripod is slightly lower, but as you can see, we can get nice amount of roof, nice amount of bit of the flooring as well, and I moved the couch a little bit, so it just kind of makes sense. If you look at the room now, it doesn't really make sense if you look from that side, but for your viewer, this is going to be great. Let's have a look. For me, that works well. It's just to shoot the kitchen straight on. So you get nice straight lines, straight lines, and let's see how it goes. No flash, just normal lights. All the lights are switched on. All the rubbish removed from the tables, and let's take the shot and see what it looks like. Alright, so I've switched on the two lamps on the sides. I've taken exposure over here. It's a little bit dark on the video, but it doesn't matter. And then also another exposure for the window, which I'm going to merge together. Just get the details from the back of the window, so that you can see outside what's happening there, and also nice, lots of detail on the bed. A great thing to remember is always to switch off your autofocus on the lens. The tilt and shift lenses, I don't have one. I'm using the 70-40mm of Canon L lens. But the tilt and shift doesn't even have an auto function, so just switch your camera, just get comfortable with your camera on manual focus, so you can actually choose exactly where you would like to put your focus. So we've placed the focus over here. It's a good neutral shot that we're going to take. Kind of exposed as well for the ambience of the room. I'm going to switch the light on as well, just for a little bit of extra light. That's always good. And then let's see what the results are. Take the shot as well, 4 feet high. Little things like closing the doors. I've moved some of that. Just turn it a little bit in. Do it like flat, something like this. Take consideration, there's a lot of light coming in from the back. You don't want too much headroom, too much of the floor. So just trying to get a balance in between the two. Settings the same. ISO 100, HDR, and always kind of focus on something like 2/3 in, like maybe there, or even the chair over there. So we'll take the shot and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, this is the main bedroom. I've taken my reading from Ryan over here, also my focus. I've switched on both the headlamp or the bed lamps, the headlamps, blah blah blah, the bed lamps. I'm not getting into much of the fan, but I'm not really too worried about that. Room is quite small. There's a lot of stuff in the corner where I'm sitting at the moment. So the tripod is about the same height as before, about 3 feet. Cutting off a little bit of the bed here at the bottom, but that's fine. You can still see the vastness of the room. Nice depth of field, nice lines kind of leading out of it. So let's take the shot. 3 exposures, perfect exposure, underexposure, and 2 stops overexposure as well. There's lots of light flooding in from the window. The window is on this side, so there's lovely light coming in. I'm not going to close the curtains. Works well for this scene. Lovely.